Well, hello, it's going to help me if I have this coffee before I start a Nightmare video. Here we go. That's much better. Warning, this video uses some fairly everyday yet old technology to fix a toy and put it together. If you're a younger person, you're better off getting an adult or parent to help you do this procedure. Yes, I really think it helps my vocal cords. I'll push that aside for a second. This video, I ended up purchasing this Nightmare Chica because I might need that body bit there. Because it goes back to the Five Nights at Freddy video where we were trying to assemble this critter here. Nightmarionne, I think it's called. I got one arm on and I failed to get anything else on this little critter. The back of the box here possibly explains it a bit better. Each of these critters that you buy of the Nightmare series, you get a component of Marionne, and once you get all the components, well, hopefully you can build it up. Now, hopefully down on the table here, I've got the set that was the Nightmare Freddy range. I've just gone inside and found that one. My son's been taking these guys to school. He loves playing with them. He likes this set possibly more than the first series. Maybe by standing these two Freddys side by side, you can see the difference between the Nightmare series and the Golden Freddy, which is the one that preceded it. And I dare say you'll have a favourite there, but I certainly know which one of those two my son prefers to play with. These articulated action figures, as my son said, look just like what you see in the game. That's what he likes. The Nightmare versions have like a torso section that articulates. You can see the parts that are moving there. The head also turns on them. They're lots of fun to play with. Sometimes they're a little bit tight, I've noticed. And Funko make these. Oh, sometimes a little bit loose. Actually, that's just broken. That's not nice, is it? Well, this Freddy is in mortal danger. Well, as I said, Funko made these. Hasn't had much play. And I think we're going to have a problem when we go and look at the one we've got to make up. You can take components off and put a piece on here. These are a $25 articulated toy. Okay. It's not really feeling that good. Who else has had these toys and who else can say a few words about them? I've got to be careful what I say or else I can get into some... Well, let's put it this way. I've just got to act nice, don't I? But I think you can see what's going on here. I've got a leg that's broken there. Okay, and we've got to try and put a puppet together that doesn't want to play. I'm just showing you here the articulated area of the leg that hasn't broken. That was a surprise to me. I really didn't want to go down this avenue in this video. But I should show you how things work, or should I say don't work, because then you can make a decision on whether you're going to buy something. Yes, you can see what's happened there. It's just basically, well, let's just say you can see what's going on there. If I said anything more, sadly, I could get into trouble. I've just given Golden Freddy back his arm there. I'm going to have to make this fix another video, because I'm going to have to build up a strategy on how to fix that. Well, one strategy is go and buy another toy, isn't it? So the toy company likes that. Actually, let's just take a look at the age that these are set at, these toys, because I know the argument's going to be, but Leo, they're not meant to be played with, blah, blah, blah. Where is the age on this? Oh, there it is down there. Very small. What? 8 years plus? Well, maybe that's right, because my son's right into Five Nights at Freddy, and he's, well, not quite that age. Yeah, okay. I've got to get this one out of the box because, well, I need this part here because, well, let me just show you what's happened to this part here. Well, I hope I didn't scare you there. There's no jump scares in this video because, I mean, the toys are scaring me at the moment. That is the arm, which the only one I could get on, in the sense it's the only loose one. Okay, and I think once we started to play with it, it got a bit looser, which is what we really want, but we don't want it too loose, do we? This is the other side here, and as you can see, the peg of the stump there has been bent over because I was trying to force this on during the other toy review, and I think, look at the hole there, look at the size of the hole versus what it's got to go onto. Now, I'm not sure how clearly you can see that, but I can tell you what, there is no way that thing is going to go on there. Now, I'm going to build up a bit of a strategy here. I'm going to try one thing first and we'll see how we go. But, nah, it's not going to go on, okay? And it was the same deal with the legs as well. They were both playing up. This original one that I had troubles with, I am going to mark this because I will be getting out another body. I'm just going to put a silver dot on it so I know which is which. I'll just get this Nightmare Chica out of here. And I mean, I've had a history of my channel of sometimes looking at toys that have been problematic. Some of the toy owners, the people who own the toys, have come back to me, didn't like what I said. Semi-threatened me would be a word. But hopefully we learn from this, and hopefully there'll be other comments in this video from maybe people who had the same problem. And if you've had a problem with this toy, maybe this video is going to help you. That's what this is all about. This is the second body. Well, I don't really want Chica, although my son's going to be happy to have two. I really just wanted that. Okay, this is like Nightmarionne body Mark II. This is the arm which fitted easily on the other one. And almost to no surprise, it fits easily on this one as well. Let me get the other arm and see if I can fit it on here. And I'm pushing nice and hard there, and I don't want to push too hard on this because I don't want to lose. Oh, it's actually going. No, it's not. I'm having the exact. I mean, how hard do you push it till you break it? Okay, and I'm just leave that one there. I'm just going to try a leg on here. I'm thinking other people have had this problem. It won't just be me, and we're going to find a solution. That's what this video is about. No, this isn't working. This is just like the core of the other one. They just don't fit on. Okay, let's try idea number 1. This here's a piece of garden hose. These days they tell you can buy non-kinking stuff, yet it still kinks, so I don't understand that either. These days you get these sort of plasticky fittings that go on really easily, but if you're an old person like me, and believe me, I'm old, before you had these nice plasticky ones, which don't last very long, you had nice brass ones that used to last forever. And there used to be a trick to getting these on. You used to put that onto your hose, and then you had to basically try and ram your hose onto there. And as my father taught me, and I'm thinking right back, because my father died when I was 5, and I would have learnt this before I was 5, was you end up putting this in hot water to be able to get it onto the brass thing that it's trying to fight to get on. So quite simply, I've got a coffee cup here, rock on, and I've got some very, very hot water in here, basically been on the boil. So I have to be careful with this, won't I? Also get scalded, and I'll put it in here, and of course then I'll put my little legs and arm in there and see if we can soften them up so we can play with the thing we're trying to put together. So I'll let that soak in there for a while because I need the heat to transfer into these components here. Hopefully it's going to make it nice and soft and be able to easily accept the part that we need to fit onto, which is there and down there. Well, let me get in there without getting scolded. Okay, wow, this has gone really soft. That's maybe a good sign. I'll let it sit there a bit longer and I'll give it a fit. Okay, the little components have been in the hot water. That is the very hot water for about 3 minutes, if not 4. I've got an arm here and I'm just going to see if I can get it on. Oh, look at that, straight on. This is the other body because I sort of bent over. There's no silver dot there. This is what I pulled out of the packaging. Let's try a leg, hey? Okay, I don't know which leg's which here, but maybe we've solved the problem. Okay, oh, straight on, look at that. And we'll try the other leg. Okay, straight on, and looks like we have it together. I'm actually very happy I've got this together. My son's going to be very pleased. A very simple fix in the end. I was going to use a different method, but I thought I'll go back to some very old technology that I learnt when I was very, very young. See, we don't play with hot water to put things on anymore because, well, everything's become so easy, hasn't it, hey? It's a nice critter once you got it together. Remember, we did this review in the middle of the Australian winter. Maybe that hampered us because we had temperatures with like 12 degrees. Maybe if you had this toy in the middle of summer, you wouldn't have the problems that we had. But one thing I noticed was that I was starting to bend over those end pegs on this toy, and I thought, wow, if I keep forcing it, I'm going to break things, and I didn't want to break it. And as I can see from here, I've got a major fix to do here, and that's going to be very tricky to pull off, and I will do that in another separate video. Who knows, it may not be able to be fixed. There's been a couple of toys over the years that I've had to come in and fix. It doesn't really bother me. It gives me a little bit of a challenge in life to the way things work. The other toy that's broken is this one. My son was very upset. Mind you, I think the rubber chicken opening didn't help. I'm waiting for something from a company which is selling a plastic welder to appear before I attempt that one. Okay, maybe I'll combine that fix there with that fix over there. Do that as a double whammy. Well, this may be important to show. The toy companies surely look at these videos, I know that for certain. These are the serial numbers that I've seen on the core of the toy Marion. There's one of them there, the first one I bought. There is the second one. Yes, so maybe something needs to be changed, maybe nothing will be changed. Well, of course, my son was happy that I was able to put together the Marionette toy. I think you could do this also by laying the arms and legs in the sun on a very warm day. Because they're black, they're going to heat up very fast, and it will soften them to be able to put onto the body. In essence, the technology that I used in this video was very old-fashioned. I think a lot of people have forgotten the old-fashioned way of resolving a problem. And of course, there are the other toys to be fixed, and I've actually done that now. I was able to get hold of this, I'll call it new technology, although it's been around for a couple of years. And boy, oh boy, it is excellent. I was able to enable a really, really good fix on some toys, on parts of the toy, which would normally be really, really tricky to fix. And when I think about toys that have broken on me or broken when my children have played with them, often it's been these articulated types of toys. And yeah, you could say, well, there are some companies that are more susceptible to having toy breakages than others. I'm sure my audience will explain which companies they are, because I can't. Oh yeah, when I put up the video of how I fixed the Nightmare Freddy's leg, it's a very impressive product I've come across. Really, really smicko stuff.